read 6 chapters in the last hour, so I'm on chapter 11 now. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really impressed with the way that Frederick Bachman has set up this character. Ove is supposed to be an unlikable character, but even just from the beginning, I feel like he comes off as so endearing. The one-liners that he has, the thoughts that he has, they're pretty mean. But they're also completely hilarious. I don't know what that says about me or my personality. I kind of have this crazy goal this weekend to read 3 books in 3 days. It's kind of a soft goal. I mean, if I'm not able to get this done, I think it's fine. I'm just kind of curious to see if I can do it. So today I'm going to try to finish A Man Called Ove. Tomorrow I'll either be reading Winterwood or A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Then Sunday I'll read whatever is left. At some point today I'm also probably going to do some crafty stuff. I have a Lego set that I bought from Legoland that I never built. It's about 1 p.m. now. I'm probably going to take a break, get some lunch. Then I'll be picking up where I left off with this. It's almost 6 p.m. now, and I am about halfway through the book. I'm still really enjoying the story so far. Things are starting to pick up. I want this to be like a spoiler-free video, so I'm not going to go too in-depth into what I've read so far. But since the last time we left off, when I was on somewhere around chapter 11, we are slowly unraveling the story of Obe's life, and we're seeing him sort of getting more involved with the neighbors. Now I'm probably going to go start dinner. Might end up watching a movie after. We'll see.
Let's all watch me be so distracted by filming that I try to make rice without water. It did end up working out though. Hello. It's Saturday now, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to say that it's almost 4 o'clock. I don't know, the day just got away from me. I stopped at chapter 30 last night. It just wasn't possible for me to finish the book. It was like 10 o'clock when I got to chapter 30. I might have been able to finish the book before midnight, but I just didn't want to compromise my sleep for that. So this morning, after a quick trip to Costco and getting some breakfast, I finished the last 9 chapters of the book. I'm not going to go too into depth into the analysis, but I will say that I did cry at the end, and I did really enjoy the book. I think for the rest of the day, I'll probably be doing some editing, working on some Christmas decorations for the tree, finishing a gift for my husband. I got one of these DIY wallet kits. I plan on adding his initials to the leather somehow, most likely using my Cricut machine. And then I just have to sew the final pieces together and it should be done. And then at some point tonight, I'm probably going to start the next book, which is most likely going to be A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, because it's like a cozy romance. I'm expecting it to be like a quick read. So let's get into it. Good morning. Technically it's almost 12. My hair looks a little bit crazy because I tried to style it. I feel like it just looks like a bird's nest. It is Sunday. I started reading A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping at like 10 p.m. last night. I read for about 2 hours, but I kept getting distracted, so I didn't really get that far. I stopped at chapter 3, which is like only 26 pages in. I almost stopped reading after the first page. I don't know what it was. It was something about the dialogue, I think, that just gave me the ick a little bit, but I was like, this is only the first page. I can't stop reading the book just because I didn't like the first interaction with the characters. So I did read up till chapter 3, and then I was too tired, like I couldn't keep going. But after that first initial page, it did get better. So far in the book, we have been introduced to our main character, Sarah. Pretty much at the very start, it's like the first scene is her finding her aunt dead, basically. And we're kind of getting a backstory of her history, like her family, and how she ended up being a witch in the British Guild of something. I don't remember what it's called. The British Guild of Sorcery. How she ended up like joining it and how they ended up finding out how powerful she is. And then there's this talking fox-like creature. and she gives Sarah a spell that she can use to bring her aunt back from the dead. And in the process, Sarah loses all of her powers, or almost all of her powers. I think she does retain a little bit, but like even the simplest spells are like too hard for her to do. And that's kind of where I left off. Oh, and then she has this best friend who kind of like rats her out, which is like, that was kind of shitty. And her best friend's dad is also like her mentor. He's kind of an asshole too. He seems to be jealous that Sarah is so powerful, you know, like she has the ability to, I guess, in his mind, replace him. So he's like kind of mean to her, and he doesn't really care about her. He wants her to be kicked out of the guild. He's probably involved somehow in this, I feel like. I don't know, but that's just my theory. One thing I didn't realize was that Sarah is 15 years old, which, I mean, from the synopsis, it sounded like she was an adult. And her love interest is supposed to be a magical historian, so I just assumed that he was not a teenager. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. He hasn't been introduced into the story yet, so I have no idea how old he is. Yeah, I feel like the synopsis is a little bit misleading. It really makes it sound like they're adults when they're actually just teenagers. Yeah, so I don't have high hopes that I'll be able to finish all 3 books that I wanted to read this weekend. There's still a lot of other things that I have to do. It kind of sucks though, because this was for like a readathon and I was supposed to finish these books this week. Now, what are you gonna do? Life is always getting in the way. I think the plan for today is to do a little bit of baking. I'm gonna make some oatmeal raisin / chocolate chip cookies. The sun is out at full force, so probably gonna take a walk. Other than that, just as much reading as I can get done this weekend. If I can't read all the books, that's okay. I just thought it would be fun to try. Thought it would be like a fun little challenge to do. Hi, this is me like a week later. I felt like at the very least this video needed an outro, so here I am. I did not finish Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping before Monday. I mean, it was a little bit ambitious for me to believe that I could read 3 books in 3 days, even if they were relatively easy to read. I think I was also just like being really ambitious with what I wanted to get done that weekend, and I ended up just not doing any of it pretty much. I almost wasn't gonna post this vlog at all because I felt like I didn't actually accomplish the things that I wanted to. I guess in my mind I was kind of thinking of it as a failure, but honestly I think that's just life, you know? Like, you can't plan for everything, and sometimes the plans you make don't really work out. Apparently all the plans that I made that weekend didn't work out. But you know, I got some good reading done. I did read like a book and a half maybe during that weekend, which is still a lot of reading to do. I will try to get better at making vlogs. I don't know why I find it so hard, but I do. I mean, I think I just don't feel like setting up the camera every time I'm doing something that's like film worthy, I guess. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.